I'm Heidi Feldman,
Gary Karnes.
and we live in Pacific Grove on the beautiful Monterey Peninsula. Today we'd like to talk about our experiences hiking Fort Ord, enjoying that beautiful landscape, and introducing our friends and local residents to that area.
So Fort Ord was, a fort was closed in 1994, and there was a plan to develop it for public use, private use, and a big part of it has been dedicated as a national monument, and there's still land that's open space that's not part of the national monument. Heidi and I, with our dog Daisy, hike there. It's a good place for people and dogs and people off leash. So we're all off leash out there.
Yes, it's a wonderful open space and very close.
This trail marker corresponds with the trail numbering system that's on the map that you can get at the entrances to Fort Ord National Monument. These are only on the National Monument, so we would not see these in Fort Ord lands that's outside the National Monument. So this is a way to guide yourself, and the first thing anyone wants to do that comes out here, basically on foot I think, but horse riders and bikers as well, is to get a map and follow these numbered trails. Trails that aren't numbered are off limits. We're supposed to stay on the numbered trails. Some have names, most have numbers, and you can follow them on the, it's a very good map that's provided for free by the Bureau of Land Management. So anyone that wants to come out here should pick up a map, and they can make sure they don't get lost that way.
One of the majestic trees on Fort Ord. There are several of this size, but this one is probably the largest and the most prominent of the old oak trees. And we heard that the early settlers used to take that moss and make mattresses out of it. Stuff their mattresses with the moss. But they warn you that they're full of bugs, so don't try that today. This is a wonderful tree, and in the springtime there are nettles growing under here. And we brought our Tibetan teacher here, and he harvested nettles right here, and then we went back and made a nettle soup. So in the springtime this is very lush under the tree.
Well, two good things to mention. One is that, Fort Ord National Monument and Fort Ord lands is, open to the public, and it's originally the land that was turned over to the public from the Army was the size of the city and county of San Francisco. So imagine that much land, about 29,000 acres, that and try to find it. That's the one point I want to make. I think a lot of people don't make use of Fort Ord because they don't know where to find it. And it's, even though it's as big as a city, the markings to tell you where to start just aren't that evident. Of course, there's one on Highway 68 across from Toro Cafe now. That's really the only designated entrance where it's noted in a public way. The other entrances are not noted on maps. They're sort of, you have to know somebody that takes you out here almost. So there are really 5 entrances. The one we took today is along Inner Garrison Road, and just across the street from Schoonover Park, if that helps identify the location. The other one's at the intersection of Gigling and 8th. There's one at the end of Normandy. There's one through Laguna Seca. I have not been on that one, so I can't verify that. But there's also, of course, the one on Highway 68 across from Toro Cafe, and the Creekside Trail Head, which is on Portola, just off of Reservation Road. And there are small signs there, but you have to get pretty close to that trailhead before you actually see. That's a developed trailhead with parking lot and restrooms. The other important thing is the users out here are hikers, mountain bikers, and horse riders. And we all share the trails, and we all recognize each other's right to use the trails. There's no hierarchy of needs in terms of who gets the trail. I think people have been pretty accommodating and pretty respectful of each other in using the basic vehicle code in terms of pulling over if you're going slow, just being aware of other people and other uses. People bring their dogs out here, people walk their strollers. You can do all of that. You can actually do street bike riding as well as mountain bike riding. So there's a lot of ways you can use this facility, this land, and appreciate it with other people.